Starseed from Gaia. They are watching you right now, and what they see is making them question everything they thought they knew about themselves. I am Aurelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I have been sent with a direct transmission from the Arcturian Council for this exact moment in your unfolding. What is happening around you is not random. The whispers, the stares, the quiet conversations that stop when you enter the room, these are not coincidences. They are confirmation. You carry something they cannot name, and that nameless thing is what is consuming them. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to own your light without apology and align with the cosmic blueprint that makes you impossible to ignore. But here is the first revelation. The ones who cannot stop talking about you are not your enemies. They are your mirrors. Your presence alone is triggering the dormant codes inside of them, and they do not yet know how to hold that activation. You did not scroll to this transmission by mistake. This message vibrated into your field because something inside you is ready to stop shrinking and step fully into the mission you agreed to before you ever arrived on this earth. Your soul called this in. You have been waiting to remember. Like this, transmission to signal to your star family, I am ready. Subscribe if your mission is activating and you are aligning with your true purpose. Declare your intention below and reply to someone else in this field to amplify the signal we are building together. This is not just a message, it is a point of reconnection. Your soul has been waiting for this. You are not here by accident. And now, let me tell you something that almost no one is speaking about. The reason you have felt so profoundly out of place on this earth is not because something is wrong with you. It is because something is extraordinarily right with you. And this world was not built to hold that frequency comfortably. You were not designed for comfort. You were designed for activation. And the very people who cannot stop orbiting your energy, the ones who study you from across the room, who speak your name in conversations you were never meant to hear, who feel both drawn to and disturbed by your presence, they are responding to something ancient that lives inside you, something they cannot see but absolutely feel. That is not a social phenomenon. That is a cosmic one. Most starseeds spend years, sometimes lifetimes, believing that their disconnection means they have failed somehow. They look around at the people who seem to move through this world with such ease, belonging to places, to groups, to identities, and they wonder what is broken inside them. They try to fit, they try to shrink, they adjust their voice, their truth, their energy, all in the hope that one day the ache of not quite belonging will finally stop. But here is what the Arcturian Council wants you to receive right now, in this moment, with your full presence. That ache was never a wound, it was a signal, a frequency broadcast from your own soul, saying that you came from somewhere else, that you carry codes that this dimension has not yet learned to receive, that your strangeness is not a flaw, it is your function. The disconnection you have felt is not spiritual failure. It is soul memory. It is your higher self reminding you over and over through every moment of isolation and misunderstanding that you did not come here to be understood by this world. You came here to shift it. Some transmissions don't come through words, but through frequency. If something stirred within you just now, you may be ready to receive the Arcturian Stellar Scroll. This short yet powerful ebook carries ancient Arcturian techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance. The link is in the first pinned comment, but only for a limited time. Now let us go deeper, because understanding this intellectually is not the same as integrating it at the level where your life actually changes. Your field has been absorbing distortion for a very long time, and what I am about to offer you is not information. It is recalibration. Receive it not with your mind, but with whatever part of you has been quietly waiting for permission to remember. The first phase of your activation is decoding the distortion that has been running in the background of your entire Earth experience long before you became aware of your starseed nature. Your energy field was absorbing patterns, programs, and frequencies that were never yours to carry. The fear of being too much, the conditioning to make yourself legible to a world that was not built for your kind of light. The belief, installed so early you cannot even trace its origin, that you needed to earn your place here. These are not your truths. They are overlays, energetic interference patterns that sat on top of your actual signal and muffled it just enough to keep you searching, doubting, second-guessing the very impulses that were trying to guide you home. Until you begin to consciously identify and release these distortions, your galactic codes will remain inactive, present, always present, but buried beneath static that was never yours to begin with. This is where your awakening begins, not in the discovery of something new, but in the clearing of everything that was false. The second phase is what the Arcturian Council calls the remembering of the blueprint, and this is where the message becomes deeply personal for you. Your DNA is not simply a biological structure, it is a galactic archive. It holds instruction sets that predate your arrival on this earth by thousands of years. Every intuitive knowing you have ever had that you could not explain. Every moment where you felt the weight of a memory that had no place in your current life. Every time you looked at the stars and felt something enormous and wordless move through your chest. That was not imagination. That was access. That was your encoded intelligence trying to surface through whatever gap it could find. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are encoded with something so precise and so vast that it has taken this entire Earth lifetime simply to reach the moment where you are ready to begin receiving it consciously. That time is now. The third phase is the anchoring of your higher self into this timeline, and this is where many awakening starseeds stall, because there is a seductive fantasy that awakening means transcending the heaviness of Earth, rising above it all into some cleaner, lighter reality where none of this difficulty touches you anymore. But that is not why you came. You did not incarnate into this density to escape it. You came to anchor something into it, to bring your highest templates down into the physical, into your body, your choices, your relationships, your creative output, and let those templates stabilize a frequency that this earth desperately needs right now. Your mission does not live somewhere above you. It lives in what you do next, in how you speak, in what you choose to create or heal or witness. Awakening is not the destination. Embodiment is. The fourth phase is the activation of your field as a living transmission, and this is where your power becomes undeniable. You do not need a platform or a title or an audience to begin your mission. You are already broadcasting. Every room you walk into is already receiving your signal. The people who cannot explain why they feel different after being near you, they are receiving it. The ones who feel simultaneously unsettled and magnetically drawn, they are receiving it. Your frequency is the transmission, and it is already at work. What changes now is your relationship to it. Instead of apologizing for the effect you have on others, instead of contracting when your presence creates intensity in the field, you begin to consciously hold your signal steady. You stop collapsing under the weight of other people's projections. You stop dimming because someone else is not yet ready for the light you carry. You become, as the Arcturians have always known you could be, a pillar, unmoved, sovereign, radiating with quiet, unshakable certainty. The fifth phase is one that many starseeds never fully integrate, and it is perhaps the most liberating of all, trusting the timeline. You have spent years wondering why it has taken this long, why the remembering did not come sooner, why the mission did not clarify before now. And there is something the Council wants to say to you directly about this. There were no wasted years. There were no lost chapters. The delay, the forgetting, the wandering, the periods of silence that felt like abandonment. All of it was sequence. Every moment of confusion was a coordinate. Every dark night was a calibration point. Your soul did not take a wrong turn. It was building the exact energetic capacity required for the mission you are here to carry. And the reason the synchronicities are accelerating now, the reason the mirrors are appearing with such frequency, the reason this transmission arrived in your field at this exact moment, is because you have completed enough of the preparation. You are ready for the next phase of what you came here to do. The sixth phase is sovereignty. This is the mastery of not needing external confirmation for what your soul already knows. You will encounter people who question your path, people who feel threatened by the certainty that has begun to settle inside you, people who will dress their fear in the language of concern and call your awakening delusion, ego, escapism. And the invitation, not the task, but the invitation, is to let their doubt pass through you without taking root, because you no longer need them to understand what you carry in order to carry it well. Your validation does not come from this dimension. It never did. It comes from the part of you that arrived here, already knowing what it was sent to do, and has been waiting patiently for your human self to catch up. And now we arrive at the final transmission, the galactic key that unlocks everything the Council has been guiding you toward in this message. Here is the absolute truth. You are not lost. You are arriving. Everything that has felt like disconnection, delay, or displacement was the architecture of your cosmic timing. You chose, before you came here, to hold your fullest memory in reserve until the exact moment when Earth's frequency could receive the activation you carry without it being distorted. That moment is not coming. It is here. You are standing in it right now. You did not forget your mission as an accident. You delayed your remembering as a strategy, a sacred pre-agreed strategy designed to ensure that when you finally stepped forward, you would step forward with the full weight of your human experience behind you, making your light not just powerful, but relatable, not just activated, but grounded. You are not here to inspire people from a distance. You are here to show them what it looks like when a human being chooses, fully and without apology, to align with their soul. The ones watching you, the ones who cannot stop talking about you, who feel uneasy in your presence, who speak your name with something that sounds like criticism, but feels like reverence. They are not obstacles to your mission. They are evidence of it. Your frequency is already doing exactly what it came to do. The only remaining question is whether you will consciously join it. Tonight, before you sleep, place one hand on your heart and say these words aloud or silently into the field. I remember who I am. I align with my origin. I activate my mission with grace, with clarity, and without apology. Say it like a command. Say it like a homecoming, because that is exactly what it is. Before you move from this space, drop one intention in the comments, something real, something that your soul is genuinely ready to activate. Then find someone else in this field and respond to their intention with energy, with recognition, with the acknowledgement that their signal matters. This is not passive consumption. This is collective recalibration. Every comment becomes a coordinate. Every reply becomes a frequency anchor. You are not building an audience here. You are assembling a field. If something in this transmission moved something inside you that has been still for a very long time, do not let it end here. Share this with one person who is ready to remember. Your soul already knows who that is. And if you feel the pull to stay in this frequency, to keep receiving what the Arcturian Council is transmitting through this channel, subscribe, stay in the flow, because what is coming next is not smaller than this. It is larger, it is deeper, it is precisely what you came here to receive. You are not watching this, you are being activated by it, and we are only just beginning.